Welcome to Psychologist Facts 1. The Power of Detachment. One of the key psychological elements in this phrase is detachment. By stepping back and staying silent, an individual conveys emotional independence and self-sufficiency. This can make them appear more desirable and valuable in interpersonal interactions. The scarcity principle. Humans tend to value things that are rare or hard to obtain. Cialdini, 2001. When someone withdraws from a situation, their absence creates a sense of scarcity, making others more likely to seek their attention or approval. Mystique and curiosity. Silence and withdrawal create an air of mystery. People are naturally curious about what they don't understand or cannot predict. This curiosity drives them to pursue the silent individual to fill the gaps in their understanding. 2. Reverse psychology and reactance theory. Staying silent and stepping back often trigger a psychological phenomenon known as reactance, which occurs when individuals perceive a threat to their freedom of choice. Reactance theory. Proposed by Jack Brame in 1966, this theory suggests that when people feel they are losing control or access to someone, they act to restore that perceived loss of freedom. Silence and withdrawal may lead others to beg for attention, driven by the fear of losing connection or opportunities. The pursuit dynamic. Humans often desire what seems unattainable. By removing oneself from a situation, an individual subtly invites others to chase after them. This tactic works particularly well in relationships where over-availability can lead to reduced appreciation. 3. The role of self-worth and confidence. By stepping back and staying silent, individuals demonstrate a strong sense of self-worth and confidence. This behavior often draws admiration and respect. High-value perception. People who are less available are often perceived as having higher social or emotional value. The act of stepping back implies that one's time and energy are precious, creating a perception of exclusivity. Avoiding neediness. Excessive effort to gain attention can come across as desperate or needy, which may reduce one's attractiveness. Silence and detachment convey the opposite: self-assurance and independence. 4. Emotional regulation and resilience. Another psychological aspect of this behavior lies in emotional regulation. Choosing silence in situations where one might be tempted to react emotionally demonstrates maturity and resilience. Emotional self-control. Staying silent allows an individual to maintain control over their emotions. It prevents reactive behavior, which can often escalate conflicts or diminish one's standing in a relationship. The power of pause. Silence provides a moment of reflection, enabling individuals to respond thoughtfully rather than impulsively. This enhances their perceived wisdom and composure. 5. Social dynamics and power play. Interpersonal relationships often involve subtle power dynamics. The act of stepping back can shift the balance of power in one's favor. Dominance through restraint. Silence can serve as a form of quiet dominance. By withholding words or presence, an individual forces others to engage on their terms, thereby asserting control over the interaction. The illusion of choice. When someone steps back, they give others the space to choose to approach them. This choice, however, is influenced by the initial withdrawal, creating a psychological illusion of free will. 6. The psychological impact on others. The behavior described in the phrase also impacts others on a psychological level, creating conditions where they feel compelled to seek reconnection. Fear of loss. Humans are wired to avoid loss, as described in Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky's prospect theory. When someone steps back, Others may fear losing access to their presence or support, prompting them to reach out. Cognitive dissonance. When a person values someone who suddenly becomes distant, they may experience cognitive dissonance, a psychological discomfort arising from conflicting attitudes or behaviors. This dissonance often leads to increased efforts to restore the relationship. 7. Cultural and contextual factors. The effectiveness of stepping back and staying silent can vary depending on cultural and situational contexts. Individualistic versus collectivist cultures. In individualistic cultures, where independence and self-reliance are prized, silence and detachment are often viewed as signs of strength. In collectivist cultures, such behavior might be interpreted differently, perhaps as disrespect or disengagement. Relationship type. The dynamics may differ between personal relationships, such as romantic partnerships, and professional or social settings. In intimate relationships, silence might evoke a stronger emotional response, whereas in professional contexts, it might be seen as strategic.